What if the way we speak, act, and even drive is shaped not just by our personalities, but by the spaces and cultures we inhabit? In this journey, we'll uncover how our surroundings and cultural backgrounds influence everything from business etiquette to privacy, and even the way we perceive time. Let's map out our exploration. We'll start with environmental contexts, move through space and privacy, examine time orientation, dive into professional settings, and finally, tackle translation and education. Our journey begins with the environments we inhabit. From crowded airports to tranquil gardens, the spaces around us profoundly affect how we interact, speak, and connect. Here's how information load in our surroundings influences the nature of our conversations and emotional states. High-load environments like busy airports or crowded restaurants increase anxiety and discomfort due to the overwhelming information rate. Low-load environments, such as libraries or Japanese gardens, promote calm and contemplation, offering a respite from information overload. Cultural management of space is evident when societies create environments for specific purposes, like Japanese gardens designed for meditation and silent contemplation. Let's compare how Japanese and German homes reflect cultural values and shape communication. Integration with nature differs. Japanese homes blend seamlessly with the landscape, while German homes are distinct and separated from their surroundings. Space division is modular and flexible in Japanese homes, using screens and tatami mats, whereas German homes favor fixed, permanent room divisions. Privacy mechanisms in Japan include screens and separate bath areas, while Germans rely on closed doors, hedges, and fences to maintain privacy. Car culture and driving behaviors reveal how national values and space perceptions play out on a road. Rule-based driving is common in the US, UK, and Germany, where traffic is orderly and predictable. Functional chaos describes driving in places like India and Nigeria, where informal rules and merging are the norm. In the US, cars are seen as extensions of personal living space, used for activities like eating and dating. The Walmart case in Germany illustrates how environmental and cultural factors can make or break international business ventures. Consumer preferences in Germany clashed with Walmart's practices, especially regarding product packaging and local shopping habits. Employee practices like group chants and relocation expectations were poorly received, and anti-union policies conflicted with German traditions. Walmart's failure in Germany stemmed from cultural misalignment and a lack of adaptation to local norms. Next, we delve into the meaning of space and privacy. From communal villages to urban apartments, cultures shape our sense of belonging, boundaries, and solitude. Privacy takes many forms across cultures, from solitude and intimacy to anonymity and reserve. Solitude is valued as freedom from observation, seen in Japanese bath rituals and the rare moments Mahenaku villagers spend alone. Intimacy refers to shared privacy, often experienced with family or close friends. Anonymity is achieved by going unnoticed in crowds, such as during Tokyo subway commutes. Reserve involves psychological isolation, like finding privacy in office cubicles. Notice how house tour customs reflect deeper cultural attitudes toward privacy and hospitality. In the U.S., guests often receive a full house tour and socialize in the kitchen. Japanese hosts show guests only main rooms, and the kitchen is reserved for food preparation. German hosts also limit guest access to main rooms, with the kitchen used strictly for food preparation. Cultural spaces, both physical and metaphorical, play a crucial role in shaping our identities and communication styles. Physical space shapes behaviors and communication, as seen in Amazonian villages and Paris suburbs. Metaphorical space refers to social locations, like being a parent or colleague, which influence how we communicate. Fluid identities emerge in postmodern spaces, where boundaries are flexible, such as in Phoenix or online communities. Alternative approaches to built environments highlight the importance of materials, community, and adaptation to local contexts. Traditional materials like clay, bamboo, and reclaimed items are used in Gando, Bali, and Texas, reflecting local values and sustainability. Community involvement is central in places like Gando, where building is a collective effort. Unique designs adapt to the environment, as seen in Bali's bamboo homes. Now, let's explore how different cultures view and organize time. From strict schedules to flexible multitasking, time orientation shapes relationships, work, and daily life. Monochronic and polychronic time orientations reveal how cultures prioritize schedules, multitasking, and flexibility. Monochronic orientation is linear, scheduled, and values punctuality, as seen in the US and Germany. Polychronic orientation is flexible, multitasking, and fluid, common in Latin America, Africa, and the Middle East. Cultural learning shapes time attitudes, which are learned and not universal. Let's compare how time orientation affects business negotiations across cultures. Negotiation approaches differ. M-time cultures begin with substantive talks, while P-time cultures start with informal small talk. Relationship building is less emphasized in M-time cultures, but is a priority in P-time cultures before business begins. Deadline importance is strict in M-time cultures, whereas P-time cultures treat deadlines as flexible and negotiable. The design of spaces and conversation dynamics are closely linked to cultural perceptions of time. Office layouts reflect time orientation. Private offices are typical in M-time cultures, while common spaces are favored in P-time cultures. Conversation dynamics differ, with restricted conversations in small spaces and simultaneous activities in large spaces. Our next chapter examines how culture shapes professional and institutional settings. From business etiquette to ethics and organizational values, these contexts reveal deep cultural patterns. Organizational culture dimensions help us understand how values and behaviors differ across professional settings. Individualism versus communitarianism contrasts group consensus with the pursuit of individual achievement. Universalism applies the same practices everywhere, while particularism adjusts to context and circumstances. Neutral cultures hold emotions in check, while emotional cultures expect open displays, even in business. Specific cultures change roles by context, while diffuse cultures maintain consistent roles across settings. Achievement cultures value success by hard work, while ascription cultures base respect on birth or kinship. Notice how business etiquette varies across countries, reflecting deeper cultural values. In the U.S., business etiquette is informal, with first names used and gift-giving rare. Mexican business etiquette is formal, with honorific titles and symbolic gift-giving expected. German business etiquette is formal, with titles and formal address, and gift-giving is not common and handled carefully. Equity and ethics in business are shaped by cultural traditions, legal frameworks, and global power dynamics. Women in leadership roles are underrepresented worldwide, with some countries instituting quotas to address this imbalance. Gift-giving and bribery are governed by cultural norms and legal restrictions, such as the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act in the U.S. Corporate exploitation occurs when Western companies take advantage of workers and resources in developing economies. Names and modes of address are crucial in establishing respect and effective relationships across cultures. Formality in address varies, with first names common in the U.S. and titles used in Mexico and Germany. Correct pronunciation of names is important, especially in cultures like Korea and Russia. Hierarchy is reflected in address, with status dictating protocols in high-power distance cultures. Communicative genres set expectations for language and behavior, and mismatches can lead to misunderstandings or exclusion. Genre expectations involve pre-patterned forms, such as toasts or business meetings, which guide language and behavior. Gatekeeping occurs in institutional settings like education, healthcare, and legal contexts, where genre knowledge can affect outcomes. Misunderstandings arise when participants have different genre repertoires, leading to conflict or exclusion. Finally, we turn to translation, interpretation, and education. These fields highlight the challenges and opportunities of intercultural communication in diverse societies. Translation and interpretation require not only linguistic skill but also cultural sensitivity and ethical awareness. Simultaneous interpreting provides real-time translation, used in conferences and chuchotage. Consecutive interpreting involves the speaker pausing so the interpreter can translate, common in courts and hospitals. Pragmatic equivalence means matching the emotional effect of the original, not just the literal meaning. Ethical challenges include maintaining impartiality, advocacy, and avoiding gatekeeping. Education in multicultural contexts requires sensitivity to learning styles, classroom behavior, language power, and parental expectations. Learning styles, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, are often influenced by culture. Classroom behavior varies, with Western cultures favoring active learning and autonomy, while others emphasize memorization and passive participation. Language power dynamics can place non-native speakers at risk of underachievement and exclusion. Parental expectations range from pressure for achievement to viewing teachers as parental substitutes. Professional discourse and privacy online are reshaping how we communicate, build reputations, and protect our identities. Digital communication is more informal and unstructured, resembling oral conversation. Transparency is expected, with companies needing to respond quickly and maintain an online presence. Privacy concerns arise from permanent online records, with regulations like the right to be forgotten in the EU. Identity creation is increasingly shaped by online activities, affecting both personal and professional reputations. Culture is the invisible force guiding our conversations, shaping our spaces, and defining our identities. By embracing diversity and adapting with cultural awareness, we unlock richer communication, deeper understanding, and more meaningful connections across every environment.